Hunter Biden has been pardoned.
Yes. Raise your hand if you're shocked.
Welcome to Deep Waters.
Where are you going right now?
So they crank the 5G up, and then we just all get shaken and baking microwave. I love it.
I didn't say that, you absolute moron.
There was no dinosaurs. Those were Nephilim giants from the Bible.
And Lucifer is in the Vatican?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think space is probably like
Just a giant liquid. Build it up, seal the well. When it's about to collapse, release the gays.
Are you going to get the jab?
Never. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.
They break up and it is war.
They call
you know
them-
that like most of the domestic violence calls that cops get called in on are lesbian?
Fake stat. Are we recording?
What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean fake
Well,
stat?
just there aren't enough lesbians for it to be the majority.
Will you
of
look
the-
that up?
Yeah, give it a Yandex.
Yeah, you got to Yandex that thing. Or you can Venice AI it.
Venice.ai.
Yeah.
Dude, what are we doing using anything other than Venice.ai? Right, will you please not use Yandex anymore? Yandex has not sent us any t-shirts.
Yeah. Venice AI.
Yeah, Venice AI. Yeah, ask uncensored AI.
Ask uncensored AI.
Oh, what's up with your face? Why'd you just do that?
I forgot what I was typing in.
Got it. It was, are the majority of domestic abuse calls from Lesbos?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so they were doing like, I forget what that, like,
Whose water is this? This isn't my water, right?
it's your water now.
Here, right.
Whoa.
Call
man,
back.
You're froggy today, dude. You are what does it say?
It says there's no specific statistic mentioned for the percentage of domestic abuse calls originating from lesbian relationships in particular.
Right. Because you hear that and you're just like, well, that can't be true, right?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Okay. There are articles and sources discussing the higher rates of intimate partner violence and domestic abuse experienced by lesbian and bisexual women compared to heterosexual women.
Sure. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So unring that bell.
No,
bitch.
I beat.
Unring that bell.
I'm not unringing the bell. I beat you on a technicality.
No,
I'll
you
give
just
you that.
jumped the gun and you started ringing it because you didn't want to hear the rest.
No. Your ears are filled with cum. You didn't hear the
What
actual.
is that? What are it gives you links? Thank you, Venice AI.
Venice AI.
Venice AI.
Fantastic. It gives 5 citations on this.
Thank you,
Wow.
Venice AI. Wow.
Well,
wow.
I think
much better search engine.
I think we're pretty much in it at this point.
Yeah, we
Don't you
are
think?
in. We are in. Who opens up with hot lesbian domestic violence talk?
Yeah.
The Conspiracy Social Club.
I want to check in with you.
Yeah.
I want to check in with Rye.
Yeah.
How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was chill, dude. I was great. I went there. So I went to my good friend Scott Toomey's house.
The Toommeister.
The Toommeister, great guy. Just a great guy. And we it's so funny. He has twins too, but they're much older. And the mom had the girls for Thanksgiving. So me and Dana went over there, and Scott's wife is a real conspiracy theorist too. So within like 5 minutes, we're deep into it. Just dropping truth bombs on the turkey.
Like what?
It was great. It was great. Oh, dude. Oh my God. This Matt Gaetz story, I know it's like 2 weeks old. It is so crazy, bro.
What are you talking about?
It is so this woman named Crazy
Killa.
No, Crazy Cat Lady. Like, put in, like, go to Twitter and put in Mel Crazy Internet Lady.
Are you talking about Scary Spice?
No, I'm talking about this chick. Put in Matt Gaetz story Twitter. Matt Gaetz. See if you, dude. Are you on Google? Or are you on?
You goddamn fucking idiot, Ryan.
Now you went to Yandex. We don't get T-shirts from Yandex.
Ryan, fill the grooves with concrete. We're moving to a new road.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
Matt Gaetz,
man.
Mel, Twitter. Yeah. It's absolutely nuts, dude. And so I was talking about it. Like, have you heard the whole story about it, dude?
I'm waiting.
I mean, dude, this story about Mel.
I mean, the kid over here is just,
what came up?
He's under duress right now. I feel bad for calling him a goddamn fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't think I need Venice AI is fantastic.
The best.
Spectacular.
Okay. Just go to
The
Yandex.
best.
Do what you got to do. Venice AI is the best.
Yeah, and we'll work on this in a little bit. I know that the fans have been telling us to stay on topic, and they're 100% right. But while Ryan's Googling...
Yeah. So basically, she does the story, right? And she breaks it out. Candace Owens went over this chick's thread. But so basically what's happened is this guy is in Florida, right? And he is a tax collector. He's a county tax collector.
This is where all the nasty things go down in Florida.
His name is, just see if you can find it. It goes by Mel, the crazy cat, crazy internet lady, you know. So this guy named Greenberg, he is running the
Catholic?
What? He's a Catholic. Yeah, he's a Catholic. So he's in charge. There's a ton of corruption with this guy, right? So this high school teacher decides he's going to run against him. Right. Well, with all the advantages Greenberg has, he's already in office. He has money. He has all this stuff. Okay. It's really crazy. It's way closer than anyone thought it would be.
Ryan, what are you
searching? Mal crazy.
M-E-L.
Yeah, I just saw a GIF of a woman, blowing something.
Yeah, M-E-L. Put in Matt Gaetz.
All right. This is I'm about ready to throw this dead horse off a cliff.
No, okay, so let me get it. We won't even look. You found it. You found it. Bro, this thing is so nuts.
Okay.
So this guy's Greenberg. He's county tax collector, sure. Right? He go down this. So it goes down. This guy decides he's a rich kid, Seminole County. And this guy decides to run against him, this high school player. Well, this high school teacher. It's way closer than anybody thought it was going to be. Greenberg is pissed. So he starts running like a character assassination campaign.
Sure.
He starts making fake bots and all this stuff to comment on everything.
Sure.
So fast forward. He freaks out. And this Greenberg writes handwritten letters to the school saying that this teacher had done weird stuff to these kids, right? So of course what the school does is like, we got to tell the cops that. They take the letters to the cops run DNA and fingerprints on it. They find fingerprints. It's Greenberg.
Whoa, is this a Spider-Man meme?
Dude, it's Greenberg. So Greenberg, they go to Greenberg's house. They charge him with, like, I forget what the crime is. So anyways, they go on. Look at this. They go on his computer, right? And he finds every crime: embezzlement, drugs, prostitution, identity theft, wire fraud, right? Well, they discovered that he was using a county card to go on the Sugar Daddy website, and he hooked up with a 17-year-old.
Okay,
who had lied about her age. Well, the county, look at that, $70,000 he spent on hookers. From the county.
That's too much.
That's too well, dude. That's just too much money. These chicks think their woo-woos are like way too. It's super inflated.
Well, actually, prostitution is rather cheap. So
what would you pay for quality woo-woo?
Quality woo-woo. Well, when I was in Las Vegas for my bachelor party, there were these two strippers that approached me, and they said that they'd have a threesome with me for like $500, and I was like, you guys have to charge so much more money.
Yeah, that's we're gonna rob you.
I think so too.
That was it. They were like, "Hey, dude, for $500, we'll rob you."
I was like, "Why would you only charge $500?"
I mean, in Vegas, there's so much woo-woo on sale.
Oh my gosh! The point being, if you're gonna prostitution's not that cheap. So if you rack up a $70,000 bill, you're a bit of a fucking hedonist.
You go down. So what happens is this guy finds out this 17-year-old is underage, obviously. So he's in the office of county tax collector is also in charge of making driver IDs and state IDs. So he makes a fake ID for the 17-year-old to make her legal, right?
Oh, brilliant. Right? Brilliant.
So somehow, some point, he meets up with Matt Gaetz, right?
Okay.
He somehow meets up with Matt Gaetz. I don't know. Anyways, they start running and gutting.
Yeah.
This chick hooks up with Matt Gaetz.
When you go, he hooked up with Matt Gaetz. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know?
But I mean, they're hookers. So anyways.
It's like me running into a Magic the Gathering player in the grocery store. Like, we're going to be fast friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're into the same
in it to
things.
win it.
Yeah.
So anyways, Matt Gaetz ends up hooking up with this chick, but she has a fake ID that says she's 18. Fast forward, the government is going after Greenberg. Greenberg goes to Bill Barr and goes, hey, I have evidence that a sitting senator, congressman, whatever he is, has been hooking up with a minor.
Wow.
Right? So Bill Barr decides to do an undercover declassified investigation into this. Go down. So this is where it gets really crazy, okay? Tucker,
this guy Greenberg is in a bit of a
go up.
Quite a hole.
So opens a secret investigation into it. So this is where now part 2. Go down to part 2. The man in Iran. Okay. So what happens is the CIA. This is how crazy it gets. The CIA is running a covert operations in Iran. They have this guy go down and says his name. Keep going down. Okay, right here. Involved in 25 million extortion threats against his father to help free an American hostage in Iran. Dude, how crazy is that?
Well, I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, so following the Tucker opening monologue, he introduced Matt Gaetz and gave him a free rein to tell a story. Anyone watching is unlikely to soon forget this bizarre story. So basically what happens is somebody finds out that somebody from Florida knows that Matt Gaetz is basically compromised at this point. So this guy from this law firm approaches Matt Gaetz' dad, who's super rich, and is like, we'll get Biden to basically give you what he just gave Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Pardon.
He'll pardon you for this if you guys agree to put up the $25 million to get this hostage out. So go down. All right. This is the lawyer that approaches him. This lawyer approaches him about, hey, man, give us the cash and help us get this guy out.
Who is this guy?
Go down.
Because this seems like it would just be official.
You got to hit the show replies because for some reason it just stops. There we go. So keep going down.
Bob Levinson was the man.
Yeah, Bob Levinson. That's the guy.
The official story about Bob Levinson was he was a retired FBI agent who was contracted by a semi-off-the-book CIA unit to run a covert op in Iran. He was kidnapped from Kish Island following a meeting with an American fugitive living in Iran that had been arranged by a former NBC producer named Ira Silverman. So Levinson gets kidnapped in March 2007. His disappearance was acknowledged by George Bush in June 2007 as concerning, but no one from the federal government will admit that Levinson was working for the CIA.
Keep going down. Here it gets here. That's it. Unbeknownst
to anybody at the time, from 2009 to 2011, the FBI was running its own covert operation to get their retired agent back, and they had devised an ingenious plan to keep that whole thing off the books. They contracted with a Russian billionaire, Oleg, not going to try it, to pay for the rescue mission in exchange for a fast-tracked green card for Darius Beketfat and his family. I can't even fucking... Can you? Anyone in the comments? Can anyone make heads or tails of this whole thing?
Go down. So they need money. That falls apart. They need money. So somehow, some way, it gets to It gets to Gaetz' dad. Gaetz' dad goes to the FBI and goes, listen, we're being blackmailed right now to try to get money for this thing. Can you help us? The FBI's like, yes. So then Matt Gaetz' dad is like, hold on. I want to make sure that this is specific to you trying to stop the blackmail and not try to take my son out. The FBI wouldn't agree to that. Okay. So the next day, that's when the story came out in the New York Times about Matt Gaetz being with a
and this poor bloke's still in Iran, I bet that.
He's gone. They haven't heard from him since. That's him right there.
Wow. Okay, so there's a covert hostage in the Middle East that Matt Gaetz' dad, because he's a dark artist, finds out about.
Somehow they approach his dad.
They want his dad to put up the money.
Put up the money because they know his son is compromised.
Yeah, and because the Russian oligarch thing fell through where they were going to pay.
Got it.
It's so crazy.
What a ball of fucking snakes that is.
Right? And by the way, that was my Thanksgiving Day discussion.
That is an amazing Thanksgiving. You know, people joke about the crazy uncle and stuff like that. Dude, crazy uncles have nothing on this board.
Yeah, dude.
Holy
it was the best, bro.
Welcome to Conspiracy Social Club. Hope everybody's having a lovely day.
That was the craziest story. And if you could, take that thing and send it to him so he can put it in the notes if people want to actually read it for themselves.
Yeah, for sure. That's
yeah, dude. So that was my Thanksgiving.
Hey, everybody. Whoa. Hey, hang on a second.
Hey.
Before we keep going,
it's
time to bang it.
Let's bang, bro. Bang.
Now, Sam is getting thicker and more wise with every second because he's just consumed
the nectar
Magic
of the gods.
Mind.
Magic
nectar of the gods. Magic Mind is a mental performance shot. Okay, this stuff helps you think clearly, root yourself in yourself spiritually and truthfully. Okay.
Listen, guys. Well, you know, when Operation Blue Beam happens, you gotta know what's real, what's not real, and the best way to do that is Magic Mind. It lets you know the real deal.
Okay, so let's say you're in Dayton, Ohio, and there's somebody who is 20 foot tall and blue and has 8 arms and 8 legs, and they're walking down the street, and you go, I'm scared of that.
Yeah.
You know why you're scared? Because you're not on Magic Mind. You're fucking sheep. That's obviously fake, okay?
Magic Mind is the truth.
Magic Mind is the truth. Open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
With Magic
See it
Mind.
for what it is. A hologram put out by the U.S. government, okay?
Ryan, what's your favorite ingredient in Magic Mind?
I think it's just all of the nano encapsulation technology.
I love that.
But also definitely the lion's mane.
That for sure,
lion's
dude.
mane is so good for you.
So good.
Cordyceps. Now, cordyceps, you know, people have said, is that what caused the outbreak in that show, The Last of Us? That's fake.
That's not real.
That's not
that's
real.
them trying to get you not to take that stuff.
Okay.
Right? Like, hey, the big pharmaceuticals was like, can we demonize this ingredient? Can we demonize it?
We're joking around. I don't see that being that far-fetched.
Yeah.
Okay?
We get you laughing. We slip you the truth. That's how it goes on the show.
Go to magicmind.com/deepwatersbf. Okay. Now, they've got Black Friday stuff going on until December
Black Fridays,
6th,
dude.
Okay. 50% off.
Dude, they're practically giving it away.
Magicmind.com/deepwatersbf. Get 50% off.
Join us.
See the truth. See that 20-foot blue man with all those arms and legs is not real.
This is basically Limitless in a bottle.
Get hard with Magic Mind.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Family dog died.
What?
No.
2 days before Thanksgiving.
Hold on, you and your wife's?
No, my mom and my sister's dog.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What a cloud cast over. But I gotta say, everything picked right up when you go to the movies. You know what I mean?
Oh. You need a little picker up to forget?
Everything gets... No, actually. And I felt really bad. Like, I was sad for my mom and my sister, but I didn't really like that
Why
dog.
do they co-own the dog?
No, it was theirs. You know how people have closer relationships with dogs.
Yeah.
So anyway, so on Thanksgiving, we watched this movie called Conclave. Have you heard of this?
I've heard about it.
Okay. If you want to see the movie, I'm going to spoil it. So just fast forward like 5 minutes.
Okay.
You would not believe this movie, okay?
I heard it's good.
It is phenomenal.
Okay.
All right. So it's about a papal conclave.
Oh, yes.
So the Pope dies and they've got to elect a new Pope, right?
Yeah.
So it's about the proceedings, and there's all this intrigue and subversion and sabotage and politicking within the church. And it's amazing. There are all these beautiful monologues about faith. Ray Fiennes has this unbelievable speech where he's heading the proceedings begin, and he says, I have no certainty about what's going to happen, because and certainty should have no place in this, because certainty is the enemy of faith. Doubt is the foundational element of faith. Without it, we have nothing. And so there are all these unbelievable spiritual explorations about what the church is, what its future is. It's an amazing movie. The last 3 minutes of the movie, you find out the Pope they elect, trans.
They got to get it in.
You can't make it up.
You got to get it in.
It is the most amazing movie. And one of the final votes is interrupted by a terrorist attack. So the old school cardinal, who's in like pole position to be the next pope, wants to roll back the church decades and decades. And he stands up and he gives this monologue about how we can't have relativism in the church. We are better than these savages that did this. And we can't pretend like we're all on an equal playing field because we have the superiority of the Vatican. And the person that stands up who wins is this cardinal from Mexico who says that we cannot behave like that. We have to evade side picking and have to recognize the responsibility and the emotional weight of what the church is. And it's this amazing moment. So everybody votes for that person. And then Ray Fiennes finds out that he had a surgery in Geneva. He goes in, he goes, hey, what was the surgery? He goes, it was a hysterectomy. I have a uterus. And the movie's over.
Oh, it just ends there?
It just fucking ends.
Bro.
And Ray Fiennes is like, what have we done? And then the white smoke goes and everybody cheers.
So that's a dude who became a chick, or a chick who became a dude?
It's a chick who grew up thinking that she was a guy.
Oh wow! So she just became a guy, and now she's Pope.
He went to Switzerland to go get the hysterectomy to have his uterus removed, and then he said, "I thought it was a bad idea to damage the vessel that God gave me." And so they're just like, okay, and Pope's trans, movie ends.
Crazy.
Unbelievable, huh?
That's the only way you can get that movie made, is at the end it goes super woke and nobody can complain. Dude, it's too late.
It's wild.
Oh my God.
So that picked me up a little bit. And then also, I don't know what to say. I mean, everybody's gonna say, I can see it from a mile away. Oh, you're gay. Yeah, you got to go see Wicked. I mean, you just have to go see it.
I was going to try to go last night, and I just had to work so much. Did you see Wicked?
I didn't.
I want to.
I was moved to tears so many times in that movie.
Hold on. For real?
Well, I got teary-eyed twice, and I full-blown cried at the end.
Aw. I mean, good for you.
I don't need your awes. I would say, to go see that, there's no way for you to not be moved, because when it's like Kobe hitting 60 in his final game, or Freeman hitting a grand slam. When you see people who are immensely talented executing at a super high level,
I respect that.
It's just an emotional thing,
I don't listen, dude. I don't hate Wicked.
I'm holding space for Defying Gravity.
And I don't hate it. It's just the press tour makes you annoyed.
Yes, definitely.
That's it. It's like you annoy me. You should be like, dude, I have a great gig. My life's great. I get to play make believe for the rest of my life.
Well, it is two women who the Broadway show, like we said, it's for women and gay people. So they're very wrapped up in the emotions of it, and it got to be.
And she seems to just be getting crazier.
Ari?
And the black green chick.
Cynthia Erivo.
She just seems to be drifting.
She is so talented. She can do whatever the hell she wants. But
I know, that's it though. Like when you are that talented, can you connect with others?
No.
Or maybe she just can't. Her art is great, but when she's around everybody else, she's just in a different vibration.
Truly great people they're like a little autistic. You know what I mean? I mean,
by the way, I'll call that my Saturday night set at the Improv. I mean, I can't connect with these people anymore. I'm opening up with, is everybody a satanic pedophile? And they're like, wrong hole right out the gate.
Right. Well, you have to start with the pussy.
Well, what I have to start with is like, hey, guy, what's up? Kid, I have to start. But you only have 15 minutes.
You should try my Air One bit that I crushed with at the store. You should try that.
All right, I will. But yeah, dude, I get it, man. I really can't connect with people anymore.
No, it's cool. We're all losing our minds, and
but I'm not. I'm more balanced than I've ever been.
You're beautiful.
Thank you, man.
I just saw Wicked. You're beautiful.
Thank you, buddy.
Everyone's beautiful.
Gay it up, full homo.
My gosh, dude! Fucking
full homo.
The Man's Chinese Theater IMAX is just.
Dude, there's no better movie theater in the world than
a theater.
The main one is the greatest theater, and I can't get back into it. Every time I'm like, is it a big one? They're like, no, you're in the closet.
No, you don't want that
screening
one.
5, and it's just me and somebody else watching Godzilla movies cramped into some guy. You know, it's like, dude, when you get in the big room, that's when the magic happens.
It's movie magic. You're at concessions, and people are taking too long. And
if you love movies and you need to come to LA. This is probably one of the few reasons to actually come to Los Angeles now, is to go to see a movie in the big room at the Man's Chinese or whatever Chinese it is.
It's unbelievable. You round the concessions and it's just, woof, it's like a fucking theme park ride, dude.
It's such a blessing.
Such a blessing
to see a movie there. It's like, it's like the best, and it's just, I can't get in there.
All right. Hunter Biden has been pardoned.
Yes. Raise your hand if you're shocked. I mean, what did people think was going to happen? Even let's say Biden was everything everybody wanted him to be. Just a lovable old grandpa that just cared for America.
Yeah.
There's no way that lovable grandpa doesn't do this either.
Yeah.
Corrupt Biden's doing it. Guess who else is doing it? Lovable grandpa.
Yeah.
Anybody with a kid is getting their kid out.
I mean, if you were my son, I would pardon you.
Yeah. I mean, there's a story of this OnlyFans model who murders her boyfriend. Her parents are lying for her. All right, Leanne?
Sure.
And their daughter's a porn star.
Right.
We're not even talking about a fucking president whose son is a crackhead.
Sure,
you know what I mean? Come on, dude. That's what you do. There's not a guy out there there's not a dude that wouldn't do that for their kids. I don't care what they do.
Would you pardon Ryan if he was your son?
I would pardon Ryan. Could murder people, and I'd be like, that's my boy. You're pardoned.
Depends, though.
Nah.
How grisly is the murder?
I don't know,
man. An accident,
I think
clip somebody
so
on the highway.
hard.
That's different.
Okay, the only time I've ever heard of a dad wanting to just annihilate their child is Jeffrey Dahmer's dad. That's about it. That's the only time.
That's what I'm talking
Jeffrey
about.
Dahmer's dad's like, let him free in Milwaukee. I'll hunt him down and kill him. You're like, that's the kind of energy I like. Yeah. So if you're a gay serial killer, maybe I might be like, let him free.
Or just a regular serial killer.
Or just a straight serial killer.
A regular
a straight serial killer. Well, any serial killer.
Yeah. There's this fucking dude. I went down this rabbit hole of body cam footage for a while. It was a dark place.
Hey, dude, I get it, bro. I get it.
There's one of the craziest ones. I don't know if we talked about it, but there's this gay guy, and he's got a U-Haul that he stole, and the cop pulls him over, and he's like, how you doing? And he's like, what are you talking to me for? And he just doesn't look that imposing. He takes over this cop's body the way Israel Adesanya would. I mean, he just stands him up with the most composed, calm, physical domination I've ever seen. just flaming homosexual. Like you would not think that guy would be able to do. And then fast forward, I mean, you've just got people, just bodies on the ground. I mean, it's a dark rabbit hole.
Dude, that story did not end the way I thought it was going to end. I thought it was going to be like the guy had a ton of like gay hookers dead.
I'm all over the place today.
But that's crazy. So, like, dude, like when people fight with cops, I just don't get it.
What are you doing?
Like, you must hate your job, your life. Like, just get the ticket and go.
What are you doing?
Just get the ticket and go. Live to fight another day.
But the reason why I brought up the body cams is because there's this haunting footage. There was this guy in it was probably Wisconsin. All the serial killers come from the Midwest, I feel like. And the cops come up to him and they're like, hey, your parents called us. Is there a head in the sink? And he's like, yes. He has this facade for a second, and then he turns serial killer. And he's like, yeah, it was a homeless guy. This kid found a homeless guy, chopped his fucking head off, and then was messing around with his body, abusing the corpse. And his parents, God bless them, they were like, you got to get this kid out of here. I don't even care that he's from my loins. He's a fucking whack
dude,
job.
that must be the hardest thing.
Ugh.
That must be the hard. You're like, oh my God. He became a serial killer. All the extra hours I worked at work so I could go to school and be soccer player. Like now, I got a serial killer out of this.
I fought somebody at a Target on Black Friday for this kid, and he is a fucking serial killer.
And he is a fucking serial killer.
Hunter Biden is not that, but it got me thinking
listen, Hunter Biden is not a serial killer, but he is a demented sex addict.
Yeah.
Like, it is not good. Like, if his dead brother knew what he was doing, he would come back to life and murk this guy. Mm-hmm. And the thing about this is Biden is a scumbag too. That's the biggest thing. Nobody talks about any of this. There's so much sad incest involved with these two that no part of this is like cute. It's like really sad. I'm just not shocked that he would do it because he is a chip off his own. You know, I mean, Biden, his wife, his daughter dying, dating the nanny. His son dies. He starts banging
the wife.
The wife, and then there's pictures of him and his niece. This guy's a scumbag. I'm just not shocked by it. If this dude,
the niece thing is that
true? You could see pictures of her in the videos off his thing.
It's probably too safe, dangerous to get into, but
no, that's dangerous, dog. Yeah. They don't want you to talk about that.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
But
dude, I was looking up a list of the most corrupt pardons. If you want to see how,
my God,
you want to see how surly and gross politics is. Or look at presidential pardon lists when they're leaving office.
But no, look about 5 minutes before their office ends.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it gets really crazy.
Dude, Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
Clinton pardons his fucking coke dealer.
Yes.
Party people.
Do
you know the what is it called? The medieval ages.
Back in the day, I call it. Back in the day,
people were wheeling out their dead. People were dying of dysentery when they were 7 years old.
Hard times.
Do you know why that was all happening?
I've wondered.
They didn't have Venice.ai.
They didn't have Venice.ai. And guess what, dude? Ever since I got Venice.ai, everything's working out.
Everything is working out. It's a little bit like baby magic. You have kids and the world just comes to you. Right?
Comes to you.
With Venice.ai, I looked this up the other day. I'm not going to die until 112 years old.
It's unbelievable. This is extending my life. I'm trying to get my dog on it because my dog's getting older. I'm like, please, dog, get on Venice.ai so you can live 5 more years.
And we've been talking to the people over at Venice.ai, and they're working on integrating dogs into the platform.
Please,
but for right now, you need to use a computer to do it or a mobile device. Go to Venice.ai, use promo code CSE. You go to Venice.ai/CSC.
Listen, Venice.ai right now is like that little restaurant that only you and your friends know about, and it's the best food ever. Why everyone's going to. that other one that's like, hey, McDonald's of AI?
Yeah.
Oh, a billion surf? Suck it, okay?
Yeah.
We go, this is the one you go, because you know it's going to be big one day.
Right.
You get in early on it, okay?
Get in early at a family-run business.
Yes.
They know your name. This is what happened to people at Dantana's. You go to Dantana's right now, they're going to spit in your face if you try to get in, okay? You're going to have to pay the door guy $200. Get into Dantana's. While it's Dantana's, get your chicken parm at venice.ai/CSE. This is uncensored.
Uncensored.
Freaking messed with. You go to
Yeah,
things that
you can have young Ryan doing unholy stuff in a picture. That's how great Venice AI is.
look up anything you want. You're an
Anything you
adult.
want.
Venice AI goes, when you're here, you're family, and you're an adult.
That's
okay?
how it goes,
So
dude.
go to venice.ai, use promo code CSC, venice.ai/CSC, use promo code CSC.
Yeah.
There was some dude, he might not have been his coke dealer, but who knows? Clinton pardons this dude that was in prison with like 15 kilos of blow. And he's just like, see you later. Bill, he was an Arkansas drug dealer.
Arms dealer that he basically got out.
Yep. But all this, like, you know, I was thinking about I don't want to do whataboutisms, but there's a lot of fervor surrounding Burisma and the Ukraine and the Bidens, and there should be.
Oh,
It's
for
shady
sure,
as fuck.
bro.
It's shady as fuck. But I don't think we talk enough about Kushner and the Saudis.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, so
Kushner's father is such a scumbag.
who just got appointed
To
the ambassador to
France.
France, which makes all the sense in the world because the French are pigs.
They're pigs,
They're
dude.
pigs.
So I think he sets up his sister's husband
Yep.
to fall. I mean, that's
He paid a woman $25,000 to seduce his brother-in-law into a hotel room with cameras so that he could film him banging her and then blackmail him out of the business. Okay? These people are, I don't even know if they're people. I mean, they're definitely people.
They're just scumbags, dude.
We don't descend from Abel. We descend from Cain.
Listen, that's a great point. And I say this all the time. This is why I'm very anti this purity movement when it comes to sex. As long as you're not taking it from someone who doesn't want to give it to you and you're not hurting children, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. Because we're blackmailing motherfuckers like this.
What do you mean the purity movement? What is that?
There's the right side is like, you know, they're like, oh, if you're gay, you're automatically compromised. You know, I've seen stories where a couple guys in Trump's cabinet, he has multiple kids with multiple wives, and they're like saying he's like not living a Christian way. And I'm sorry, dude. As long as you're not hurting people, I'm never going to judge what you do.
I mean, I don't know if I'll go that far. Like, I would really love to have virtuous, brilliant people leading the fucking country. Is that too much to ask?
Well, yeah, that's why they're all Indians now. Have you noticed that?
What are you talking about?
All these Indians now are starting to make their way to the highest levels in power in the U.S. government.
You're talking about Vivek Ramaswamy?
Let's go through it. Let's go. Kamala Harris, Vice President, Indian. Vivek, Indian. Nikki Haley, Indian.
Okay. Yeah.
J.D. Vance's wife, Indian.
Yeah.
This new
Patel.
Indian.
Yeah. What? We got to stop this.
No, that's not what I'm saying. And everyone automatically goes to bigotry, and it's not bigotry. I'm just saying.
No, I was doing a bit. Who is
what
that?
is going on
what
here?
What is that?
Oh,
She's
that's
attractive.
Jeff Bezos' wife. She's a fox,
dude. Now, if you said she was a trans, I go, yeah, I get it. She at some point had a dick. Have you seen that jawline?
It's elite.
Look up her, dude. That is elite. A jawline, and she has that haunted, like jack-o'-lantern eyeball look that the trans have. Like
she is what? How? Sorry, how old is that woman?
I don't know, but he loves her. I bet you he loves watching her just get lit up, Oscar De La Hoya style. Go to that picture down there. The first one, right there. Go down that one. Yeah. Click that. Look at her, dude. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me that's not a strong jawline.
That's a haunting countenance. She looks like she
was
like
doing local news. Like she was doing local. Listen, guys. Listen to me. When women tell you that they live in it's a patriarchy, it's a hole for them. That chick went from the local news to banging the richest guy in the world. Well, what are we doing?
We do live in a patriarchy.
Ugh. This guy.
How could we not live in a patriarchy?
I'm just telling you, dude. If you're a gorgeous woman,
all of our collective myths stem from Judaism, Christianity. Those are patriarchal sets of
but
stories.
The point of the point
bedrock
is
of
that they're not oppressed. Dude, look at Anna Cole Smith. She was a day stripper at a strip bar with big Texas titties, and this like wheeled in this billionaire that's just roommates with death, right. And she marries him.
Yeah, it's like if Donald Sterling and Jimmy Carter now had a baby.
Yeah, it's like crazy to me.
Well, okay, so I want to. I don't know if like. I don't know if we've ever broken down the affinity partners thing with Kushner, and it's really nuts. So.
He's such a piece of shit, dude. It's like unbelievable.
So in January of 2021, you want to talk about like right after the fucking clock strikes midnight.
Right.
January 2021, Jared Kushner starts a private equity firm called Affinity Partners.
Yes.
The first payment into Affinity Partners is to the tune of $2 billion from the Saudi investment fund.
Oh my God, dude.
Okay. The people who were in charge of that fund raised concerns because the equity firm didn't have the kind of payout structures that they would seek if they were going to make that big of an investment. And BSM goes, what are you idiots doing? It's not about making returns on this. Pay the fucking money, right? So the money gets sent over. This was, we don't know concretely what it was for, but you could theorize that it was for the cover-up of Khashoggi, which Kushner was spearheading the entire time.
Right.
And there were billions of dollars of weaponry given to the Saudis to fight in Yemen.
Which is very interesting too, because that gets into when there's a lot of things done during Trump's first administration out of hatred for Trump. One of them was the recognition of the Armenian genocide. He didn't want that, or he wasn't necessarily for it.
Yeah.
They went ahead and did it because they knew it would piss him off. And the next thing they were going to do is they were going to stop arms sales to Saudis, and Trump vetoed it. Went down there and straight up vetoed it. So that clicks with me that his son-in-law just got $2 billion.
$2 billion. Okay. Now they have racked up since that payment $160 million worth of management and consulting fees.
How much?
$160 million. Just off of managing the cash that's sitting in the fund.
Oh my God.
Or in the firm. 80 million of that directly comes from this $2 billion payment. And so Kushner helms this deal where the Saudis are just raining down fucking hellfire on the Yemeni people.
Yeah, the Houthis.
400,000 people have died in Yemen in the last.
I totally agree.
The last decade, and 50% of them are under the age of 7.
Oh my God, it's so gross, and it just all stems from this whole thing about land grabs. Saudis are doing that too with Yemen, just like Israel's doing it with Gaza. And again, it gets into this theory that I think there's levels to this shit. I think the British Empire, City of London, is very heavily involved in this because Saudi and Israel allows you to control the Middle East. Yeah. In particular, we don't need Saudi Arabian oil. We don't need it.
No,
we have enough, but we buy it to control Mecca. because we want the House of Saud to control Mecca.
So if 400,000 or 200,000 kids have died in Yemen in the past decade, and I'm not saying, this is not a gotcha, because you know that I think Netanyahu has rolled back decades on the Jewish people, and he's gone about this in a sociopathic way.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you get down to brass tacks. It's like the reason why he did it is because he wants to do it this way. He wants to do it this way. He wants to obliterate them.
Yep.
That's why he's doing it this way.
Yeah, well, because in his mind, he is fulfilling prophecy, and he's having so much problems with corruption, he can't get this trial thrown out. So his best bet is to just create a World War III, which will force him to stay in power.
Now, there are questions to be asked, like, what do you do regardless of, and I know the origin point is important, but people, I don't think that Zionism was the bite out of the apple that made Muslims hate Jews. I don't think that that's what caused it. But what do you do when you're living next to people that absolutely fucking hate you? Anyways, we don't need to get into Israel and Palestine. But why the fuck are there no Columbia students talking about Yemen?
I totally agree on that 100%.
What is going on with this that it's so loud? I'm not saying that it's all anti-Semitism. I think that there's a portion of it.
Well, they've done studies that most of the stuff that ADL is labeling as anti-Semitism is actually criticism of Israel, which is, I think, bullshit.
It is bullshit, but it's just like, what is up with this? I just wish we weren't so sloppy and emotional sometimes.
Well, there's a lot going on there, man. So
I'm not saying that protesting Israel is sloppy and emotional. I'm saying that
I think
protesting Yemen and being
I agree.
so fixated
and I
on
do
that.
believe that if you watch the capitalist conspiracy, that they'll break you down that a lot of these protesters are funded. Because why do you show up at the Macy's Day Parade? How does that help the Palestinians? It doesn't. It just pisses everybody off.
I thought about you when I saw it. It's just like, listen, this is a big day for America. All right,
well, we got a Macy's what does that Day do? Parade. Like when they show up, when they show up to state capitals, government buildings, that's how you do it to me.
Right.
Make the people make policy uncomfortable by making it so people can't get to LAX. You're not helping anybody. And I think most people are very much, I don't even think, listen, I don't think at the end of the day it's anti-Jew. I don't. I think people want the slaughter to stop. And they don't see it as Jews doing it. They see it as a government doing it.
Yeah.
And they should be upset with what Saudi Arabia is doing. And the fact that all these sports agencies are taking all this money from Saudi Arabia when they're just murking the fuck out of the Houthis and Yemen. It makes me disgusted. So I try to my best to retweet and comment as much as I can. Now, some people go, Sam, that's slacker. Well, I think I reach people when I go, this is what's happening. It is very weird to me that all these sports agencies are so quick to work with Saudi Arabia if we really believe the official story of 9/11.
Oh, dude. You look into FIFA.
Yeah, it's so, again, Qatar and what they did there.
God, dude. Michel Platini literally voted against it and then gets a call, goes, you got to go visit with Macron. He sits down with Macron. There's just a bunch of Qataris in the office. Comes out of the meeting, goes, 2022, we're going to Qatar. We got to do it in December because every other month is inhospitably hot.
And what do you think they did? Say, we'll kill you, your whole entire family?
No, they
bribed the shit out of them.
They bribed the shit out of them. France, I think, had a bunch of military equipment paid for. I think they were having issues with a plane program that got all sorted out. And Macron was essentially like, listen, maybe Macron was like, if you don't. But this is what's on the table. This is geopolitical.
Do you think that his wife came out and showed the guy his ET dick?
Look.
Okay, we're doing it. Stop with the waterboard.
Put it away. We said yes. Yeah. Well, I don't know why you brought that in here. We said yes. Hello. Listen, the holidays are coming, aren't they? The holidays, you could argue, are here. Okay, don't shiv people over air fried. Hello. You know, some people could say that the holidays are here. You know, you could argue that they're here, and the holidays are wonderful. They're amazing, but they can also be stressful. Don't go to Costco and get in stampedes and stab people over deals and discounts on air fryers and bulk bought croissants. You know, you don't need to do that right now. What you need to do is take a chill with Via. Do you want to unlock the power of nature? Then do it with Via's organic and vegan hemp extracts, perfect for relaxation and rejuvenation. They also have 0 THC products. If THC isn't for you, don't be doing that stuff. Their products range from 0 mg to 100 mg of THC, okay? You want to put your foot on the pedal and fly? Or do you want to just relax on the beach? Via has got all of that stuff. This holiday season, gift yourself some peace of mind. If you're 21 and over, head to viahemp.com and use the link in our description, okay, to shop their huge holiday sale. For a limited time, Via is offering 25% off site-wide, plus up to 50% off select items and bundles. And if you're hearing this ad post-sale, you can still save by using code CSC for 15% off. That's viahemp.com, VIIA hemp.com. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you this holiday season. Enhance your everyday with Via. Crazy. Did you cry when E.T. died, when you watched E.T.?
Of course.
You did, okay.
Yes, man. I love that movie.
Okay, so can you go to this DEA thing? This guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, everybody's losing it on this dude. Nobody likes this pick.
Trump's nominee for DEA arrested a pastor for having the audacity to hold a church service during COVID, I think. Was that it?
Well, first of all, how come we're calling for all these departments to be taken down, but nobody wants to take down the DEA, who just basically sets up people?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can we take away their entrapment budget so they can stop entrapping people?
If fentanyl is killing everyone,
yeah,
why are we not auditing the DEA and going, hey guys,
100%.
What's happening? Because you're doing a really, really bad job.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Are you just memeing? Like, what are you doing with all this money?
Yeah, dude.
It's just crazy to me. So anyways, they hate this guy because he arrested a pastor that was having service during COVID. And I will agree, nobody like that who's just a bootlicker should be allowed anywhere where you're prosecuting people who have maybe made bad decisions. Like, I'm sorry, dude. If you're like, hey, man, we're just going to sit at the border and take all the fentanyl. Anyone comes in with fentanyl, we're going to light you up. Okay, I'll listen to you.
I gotta tell you, though, they have tough jobs, man.
Who?
These smugglers are so sneaky, dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're just shoving it all up their butt to the point they're like Pez dispensers, where if they open their mouth far enough, fentanyl shoots out.
Burp fentanyl.
They just burp fentanyl.
But, dude, I saw one the other day of somebody pulling off like a panel on a truck, and it's just a woman laying like right above the wheel well. And it's like, how the fuck do you find that?
Unbelievable.
It's just nuts.
And all that lady wanted to do was get to America
and watch a movie at the Man's Chinese Theater.
No, so she could sell fucking bacon hot dogs outside of the Hollywood Bowl. That was her goal.
I told you. I had a buddy say I'll never eat one of those ever again. Because he saw, you know, when a concert's letting out, there's a fucking stampede of those carts, right?
100%.
They just rush the exits.
Yeah.
He said that he had left a concert early, saw the stampede, and saw a dude with hot dogs falling onto the street, just picking them up, slapping them right back on, and just rolling.
Yeah, but did the guy go 1, 2, 3, 14? Meaning 5 seconds.
He said it was in a gutter, actually. And honestly, I don't mind if it falls on. Listen, it's going to give me bloody stool anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
Even if it hasn't fallen.
Well, why do you got to put bacon on the hot dog? You have enough.
You have enough, and also it's so difficult to achieve a successful cook all the way around.
Mexican chicks are either the hottest people or they have the weirdest angles you've ever seen in your life. And you go, how do human beings get like that? It's called bacon around a hot dog. That's how you do that. That angle does not make sense.
Bro, first off, those hot dogs are exorbitantly expensive now.
Yeah.
Okay? They're like $12.
Yeah.
Have you ever had one of those?
I've had some street meat back in the day, but
I didn't know you love street meat, dog.
$12 gutter glizzies.
$12 gutter glizzies with so much sauce.
Yeah, so they don't want him, dude. They don't want him to.
What is this?
Oh, this is Edward Griffin's. He put out a doc in like 1969, and it basically breaks down how Antifa and the Proud Boys are all funded by the same people. You have to watch it, dude. It is extraordinary.
Okay, so I don't want to get too psychobabbly, but I'm reading this book by Carl Jung, and he's talking about how nation states have waves of panic and uncertainty that sweep through them. And the only way to protect yourself against that is self-discovery. You have to know who you are.
I love that.
To not get swept up in this shit.
Ryan, do you know who you are yet?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Me neither.
Ryan's got a little ways to go.
I got no idea who I am. I'm vaping right now.
That's so crazy to me, you vape.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
You thought it was cool him vaping? You like mom vaping?
Dude, I'm out of fucking zines. None of these fucking bizarre market fucking zine dealers have
Can you buy them
right
online?
Now. I have to go online, but
I can't believe there's a shortage of zines.
Oh, big time. There's always zine shortages. You got to snake your way through the city to get zines.
There's so many shortages of zines.
Dude, you haven't put one in your mouth.
No, I haven't. I want to, though. I'm worried it's going to give me a disease.
So Carl Jung is talking about how these swells of anxiety come from latent psychopaths that live among us. And the reason why their fervor gets to the top is because in periods of anxiety, their thinking and their language is comfortable in that soil.
Oh, they muck it up because that's where they're comfortable.
That's where they live.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not against that.
And people fall prey to it, and you look at hard left or hard right people, and he talks about how that kind of fanaticism stems from people not knowing who they are, so they fall in line with that kind of thinking, but also that that kind of thinking eliminates doubt. There's no room for doubt.
I have been saying this forever. This has always been my saying. People in the extremist want a world that plays to their strengths and outlaws their weaknesses.
Yep. And he also talks about how you need to have a spiritual foundation, some kind of religious foundation, if you're going to understand who you are, because you have to understand how small you are and how big this all is in order to really get a grasp of what you are. And religion and spirituality is different than a creed, which is, you see creeds all over the political landscape, and it
arms wide open.
They're different than religion, right? So
can you take me higher?
So listen to Scott Stapp. Find God and get to know yourself. Find your balls, find your vag, and find your heart. You know what I mean?
Find your balls, find your vag, find your heart. We got to put that on a t-shirt.
Last thing, can you go to my text real quick?
I ran to.
All right. So I think this has to do with Peter Thiel, who is
the lightning rod of chaos.
I ran to make this video when I saw that Ballerina Farm was on the cover of EB, because EB is not really a magazine. EB is a front. EB is a billionaire-backed front for a massive anti-birth control propaganda campaign that includes a period tracking app where they're collecting women's data. Now, yes, at first glance, if you look at their publication, if you look at the website, it seems like this right-wing, ultra right-wing conservative Christian publication. It has anti-trans rhetoric, all the stuff that you would expect. A lot of stuff on birth control, a lot, and there's a reason for that. So they had an article once that said the symptoms of hormonal birth control are indistinguishable from the symptoms of PTSD. They had another one that said women who use IUDs can sometimes hear voices and drown their newborns. Really wild shit. And they're pumping out article after article after article. And the reason they're doing that is so that when a young woman goes to search for information on birth control, does a Google search, their insane misinformation comes up. Now, in addition to misinformation about birth control, they have this app. And the app uses co-ops feminist rhetoric about listening to your body and it's not all in your head. They're taking advantage of the fact that medical sexism is real and a lot of women suffer because of it.
Oh my God.
And so they're trying to reach women
Just
that way.
so
Now,
insane.
Okay, wait, just wait.
On this app, you'll
all right. Go ahead.
No, finish the video.
Okay.
find out that it is funded by Peter Thiel. I'm not going to get into who Peter Thiel is. You can, look to another video for that. But for the purposes of what we're talking about here, not a good guy, very misogynist, once wrote an article that said giving women the vote was bad for democracy. So not exactly the kind of guy you want having your period information. This is why I publish my newsletter. This is why it's so important that we are talking about this stuff, because at first glance, while this may seem like, trad wife is appearing on the cover of a conservative women's publication. No, it is much deeper than that. You are talking about a multi-million-dollar campaign that includes social media influencers to trick young women out of taking birth control in a moment where they could be forced into pregnancy. So this is a really, really big, disturbing deal.
Pretty crazy, huh? Don't you think that's
Well, what is
crazy?
your opinion on that?
I think that the trad wife movement is a pendulum swing from fourth wave feminism. Makes all the sense in the world. It also makes all the sense in the world to me that there would be pearl clutching weird guys with a lot of money that would put a lot of money behind that, and everything we see on the internet is probably a funded psyop.
Okay. My issue with what this woman's saying is she's talking in a vacuum.
Okay.
And acting like there aren't complications with birth control. There aren't complications with women's body chemistry when they're taking birth control. Mm-hmm. There aren't mental issues that come along with birth control, including being attracted to men with bad traits. Okay? There's a lot to that. What she doesn't tell you is that we are having catastrophic birth rates right now.
Yeah.
It's catastrophic. I mean, dude, and you guys can get people choose. I'm telling you, man, we are entering our children of men phase.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Oh, well, okay. If we are entering our children of men
No,
phase,
we are.
If we are.
Yeah, it's economic collapse is coming.
Okay. If economic collapse is coming,
Okay.
let's incentivize people,
To have
not force them.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
You cannot force people to have children and want to pull away federal security for them if they have their fucking children.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, okay? But at the end of what she wants is children of men, okay? So you're like, 100%.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Bro, in Japan, they're selling more adult diapers than baby diapers. It's not meant to be like that.
Well, who's keeping tabs on that? You know, I mean,
what are you talking about? It's called the Japanese government. They literally come out and say that. But you're so stuck in this whole thing about... No, you totally are. You don't look at the big picture of all of it. And what's happening is like this woman out here is pushing. First of all, we don't know her mental state, where she is. She's making videos about a fucking e-magazine, okay? Right. We don't know her mental state. Tell me what psych meds you are on as you tell me about how the world works. Yeah. I need to know that, okay? Tell me where you are psychologically. I don't want to know your pronouns. I want you to list all the medical fucking psychological drugs you're on and how many therapists are you seeing? Yeah. That's important to me. So I go, okay, this person really doesn't understand reality. I'm not going to hear what she has to say. Yeah. Okay. I understand. And believe me, I have benefited from birth control. Yeah. I've slammed a lot of ham. Okay. I make no illusions of that.
How many children do you think that you would have sired? Do you think that you would have sired enough children to fix the children of men crisis?
I'm ready to go to Japan and just pound everything that moves.
If we could just for a moment recognize the bravery of me to bring this in, to get absolutely just bukkakied in the comments so that you could have this moment. Because I'm happy that we're here.
You guys have no clue what is coming. And women just have a shorter window. And what this woman's doing is like, hey, man, this is all anti-feminist shit. This is all anti-birth control. This is all like women digest 80 drugs a day taking 80 chemicals into their body. That is mentally, psychologically destroying them. So when she goes, and, they hear voices, I can't say that's out of the realm of possibilities. I'm telling you. It's like, this is dark art shit. And this woman's like crying like, oh my God, women's rights. I get it. But let me tell you something, man. I'd like to know if she has kids, if she wants to have kids, if she doesn't want to have kids. She does not care what happens to humanity outside of her last breath. It means nothing. There are too many people that are commenting on children and birth control and childbirth that don't want children. That don't have children. So to sit there and be like, man, there's a girl at the Comedy Store who I love to death. She's like, every time I see her, she's like, I think drag queens should be able to read to children. I go, you don't have kids. Why are you talking about that?
Right.
So when I go, I don't like listening to women talk sports on ESPN. Some people, she would go, you're a sexist pig. I go, then tell me how that's different than you explained that you don't like mansplaining, or you don't like, there's no men, even a gay guy on The View. Explain that to me. Right. Okay? I'm telling you, man, we are entering dangerous times. And that's a big part of this immigration movement. It's like they need to bring in brown people to start dropping sauce on everybody.
You think that, okay, so you're calling Kamala and Biden the saviors of the children of men apocalypse.
They might just be, dog.
They welcomed in the millions of brown people to sauce.
I've said this before. The only people that should get into this country are 3 types of people. Hot chicks, dudes with big dicks, and a chick who has a big dick. Those are the only...
Well, that's a very reductive and narrow list.
If you're a chick with a big dick, you go to the front of the line.
Why?
Okay? Because you check all the boxes. I'm just telling you, dude. It's just like people have no clue. What we've told women is during their prime birthing years, go out, sling pee, and then when you get to like mid-30s and you're like, oh man, I want to have kids, you're competing with 20-year-olds.
Do you think the majority of women are wasting their good fertile years on slinging puss?
If they're fertile,
I think there are a lot of women who are not doing that and having children.
Not having children, yeah.
What do you think the children of men crisis is caused by? Do you think it's a societal psyop of feminism, or do you think it's the fucking chemicals that
I think it's all of them, but they're all working together.
It's not even
It's
close.
the chemicals.
It's not even
men
close.
feeling like they have no place in this society anymore. They have no place. And it's feminism. It's all of those.
How fragile of a man do you have to be to think that you have no place in society?
Bro, what are you talking about?
What are
you talking about?
How
Study after study.
gigantic of a pussy do you have to be to think you have
I
no
have
place
major
in
problems
society?
with that when you call an entire group of people like that.
Oh, stop it. You
No,
do that
it's
all
the
the time.
truth.
Shut up.
They're talking about it right now. That young men like 18, 25 are pulling out of society.
I'm confused about who's a pussy and who's not a pussy, right? If you're a guy and you go, I have no place in society.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Seen,
when are we going to...
Ryan, how old are you?
When do you say cock
29.
and bitch?
What?
29.
Most of Ryan's life, the television commercials have been guy can't even wipe their own ass without a fucking thing. It's like porn is all about cucking white guys. Dude,
What are you talking about?
What are you talking? Yeah, this guy's
porn-
in denial because he can't admit that there's a psyop being ran on traditional roles.
There's a psyop.
God forbid.
There's a psyop being ran on fucking everyone.
Yeah, but dude, I just said that, and you told me no. You're okay with people going, people are hating on feminism, all this shit, but you can't open your mind to that there's a war on men and their psyche and where are their jobs? There's no jobs. I go on Delta, and they're like, we're excited to announce that all of our new airline pilot hires are females. Why?
I don't think.
And this is what happens. You get women addicted to the money they make in their careers. They go later on and want to have kids. And then later on, they're like, oh, fuck, I should have kids. But it's too late.
I'm not saying
It's
that it
all
doesn't.
done on a depopulation agenda. I'm just telling you.
Okay. So there's a depopulation agenda, but the people who are at the head of it are welcoming in brown people so that they can sauce everywhere. What are you fucking
that was a
talking
joke.
about?
But there is a big problem with people having
I'm not
kids.
saying that there hasn't been an erosion of traditionalism or the place that men have in society, whatever you want to call it. But there are swaths and swells of culture. I'm sure that people fucking 30 years ago were saying the exact same fucking thing. Get over it and figure it out.
What were they saying, Dylan? That there was going to be a major problem with the nuclear family and that people won't start having kids? Maybe, Dylan, they were right. And they nailed it.
Yeah.
It's too expensive to have kids. Like it's so expensive to have kids.
But here's what I'll tell you about kids.
Yeah.
They bring what I call baby magic. Money comes.
They bring baby magic if you're a fucking good person.
I'm with you.
So many fucking people are not. Listen, I don't want to barrel towards children and men, okay? I want people to sauce and I want people to shit out kids, right? Yeah. But we cannot keep pumping people full of shit that is killing them.
That seems to be what RFK Jr. wants to do. So regardless of what you think of all of
increasing rents on people, increasing food costs on people,
greed,
fucking letting private equity firms buy up single family homes. We can't say
I hope Trump
that the responsibility is on people to fix things when the people at the top are organizing it so that they cannot succeed.
Agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. You brought up before, one of the best stories you've ever brought up is how there's a national service telling landlords what to charge. And it's raising the price of everything. Trump, day one, that should be illegal. You should not be allowed to do that. You should not be allowed to tell people to artificially inflate their rent. It should not be allowed.
What were you going to say? Why haven't you sauced?
Well, because he's young.
Yeah, I will say, I think a big part of it also is that because women's brains develop earlier and they're just generally more responsible at an earlier age, they're succeeding in school at a much higher rate.
I'll tell you why I believe that is true, is because women are nesters. They've always been nesters. Men have always been go out into the wild, hunt, bring
Men
back.
are disposable.
But yeah, we're disposable. Women are nesters, so it'd be natural that they would be better functioning in office jobs now.
Yeah.
Because they nest. Men aren't meant to do that.
Yeah, I think they're going to start making a lot more money. And then it's like if you need 2 incomes and it's like.
And women naturally want to date richer men.
Yeah.
They don't want to date down.
Yeah, there's a lot. Again, I don't want to say that there hasn't been a cultural wave. I've applied to plenty of there's no way that if you try to get into a writer's room in Los Angeles, especially in like 2018, good fucking luck if you're a white guy. And we've heard so many stories.
And that's my biggest issue right now with how, and this is all in my head, but I do believe it, how I'm perceived by people. That I'm perceived as this fucking knuckle dragger, right-wing conspiracy theorist retard that just is bigoted. And I'm not. I love everybody, okay?
Well,
but when I hear people go and they're like, I was told they're not hiring white guys, and we all just go, what can you do? I just can't sit there and be quiet.
Yeah.
And nobody comes to me when I start pulling out the booms, because we have to push back on that. I want equality for everybody, equal opportunity. And it's like, I'm sorry, but the product isn't good. So you've had your chance to do what you want to do, and it's not good. And you're losing viewers. You're losing ticket sales at comedy clubs because nobody's enjoying this. Everybody gets a chance. It's a meritocracy, okay? It's not about making people numbed out. It's about pressing and making them think shit, getting back to the dangerous.
Yeah.
And like, you can have Shrek, but you also got to have Kill Bill. Where's Kill Bill in comedy anymore?
Yeah. Like you're talking about Anthony Jeselnik.
I'm talking about, my opinion on Jeselnik is I don't understand what you're doing. I'd say to his face, I love Jeselnik. I love you. But what are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you do on stage that doesn't fit into what Legion of Skanks does, what Joe Rogan and everybody at the mothership does? Why is your jokes about domestic violence and your jokes about humping kids? Why is that woke?
Well, he said that if you have a political figure on and you don't give them shit, then you're not a comedian, you're a podcaster. And I would agree with that, but
the problem I have with that,
I don't know that Jeselnik, if he sat down with, the next heir apparent of the Democrats, would press a lot.
Did Mark Maron press Obama? I love Mark Maron. Did he press Obama?
No.
I mean, dude, it's like Rogan does something very good. And it's maybe why Rogan's great at podcasting and Anthony Jeselnik isn't. Is because Rogan tries to set you up to succeed. He understands this is probably the biggest voice you're going to hear.
Yeah.
It's going to be 10 million for more normal people. Trump, it was 50 million, right? And he said he would have a real conversation with Kamala Harris, which was to bring her on and try to make her look like a human being. He said that. She turned it down. And I have all these people out there who are just trying to convince themselves that like Joe Rogan should go to Kamala Harris. No, Kamala Harris needed a Hail Mary pass.
Absolutely not. And the fact that they fucking built a Call Her Daddy set for Kamala Harris, like what?
And the fact that the Call Her Daddy takes $700,000 from her, like lets you know that she doesn't even believe in her.
Yeah.
Do you think Rogan got paid for that? No. That's why Rogan's great. And I love Anthony Jeselnik. I don't understand this game plan outside of maybe you just desperately want to keep the industry behind you and you're just playing to them.
Listen, I don't want comedians to war. I didn't mean to bring up Jeselnik.
I love Jeselnik. But I just don't. I mean, these guys, like, he would fit great with the Legion of Skanks guys. If this never happened and he did a Legion of Skanks show, he would murder there.
That's why.
Because his act fits the Legion of Skanks.
100%. And
I just don't get it.
This is why, we have to know ourselves. We can't get wrapped up in the politics. Let's end with.
I don't go after comics.
Let's end with a WNBA clip.
Oh, no.
No,
dude.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We got to do a Patreon.
Yes. When? I'm always down.
This weekend, we're going to do one. So patreon.com/another, aka Deep Waters. Support the sponsors. We love you guys very much. SamTripoli.com.
SamTripoli.com. And guys, check out the ChaosTwins.com. Second episode's coming. I'm trying to get a video. ChaosTwins.com. Yeah, go to Sam Tripoli. Go down. Some people like your website's all over the place. I'm like, I don't know, dude.
No, it's a sick looking website.
It's just I'm constantly putting up, but go down a little bit. Go down. That's it. Chaos Twins, created by me and my good friend, the Paranoid American. And it's issue 2. I showed my kids. They loved it for about 2 seconds, and then they moved on.
Yeah.
But this is issue 2. Grab it now. I'm so excited about it. And again, check out Sam Tripoli, my new special. People are watching it. It's a blessing, dude. And that's about it. I'm doing Roseanne tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, I'm doing Roseanne.
Is she in LA?
Yeah. I'm doing Roseanne. Tampa.
What?
Yeah, Tampa, Phoenix. I got a bunch of dates coming. So many dates coming.
Oh my God. I'm so excited for you to sit down with Roseanne.
I am too. I love her. I grew up on her. I've always been a huge fan.
She's hilarious.
She's great.
She's an
and she's
killer.
Deeper than I am.
100%.
I'm going to have to be like, raw.
You're telling me they found 12,000 votes in Maricopa County?
Yeah, it's great.
All right. See you next week.
Welcome to Deep Waters.
Where are you going right now?
So they crank the 5G up, and then we just all get shaken and baking microwave. I love it.
I didn't say that, you absolute moron.
There was no dinosaurs. Those were Nephilim giants from the Bible.
And Lucifer is in the Vatican?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think space is probably like
Just a giant liquid. Build it up, seal the well. When it's about to collapse, release the gays.
Are you going to get the jab?
Never. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.